But things I'm excited about, I'm excited for quarterback. And I'm excited for a Bengals quarterback to be featured on Quarterback for another year. This time it's not Joe Burrow. Instead, it's Joe Flacco. And all of the excitement, intrigue around him being acquired by the Bengals ahead of their Week 6 matchup against the Packers. I hope they highlight that a ton. The benching when Burrow comes back. People like me that said he should have started against the Patriots when Flacco made his final start last season before Burrow returned. All of those things I hope they're highlighted in Quarterback. Netflix released a trailer for Quarterback yesterday. Check this out, some Flacco fun.
When I actually stop and think about what I'm doing for work, it's quite crazy.
I used to look up and watch NFL football and dream about being one of the 32.
There's no higher level than this.
It reminds you, man, am I lucky.
Play clock winding down. Hey, what's up? Buying time in the end zone. Caught. Yeah! Pull up.
I'm very proud of what I did my rookie year.
I like that. Rookie of the year. We'll be in the NFC Championship for the...
But we want to win a Super Bowl.
I've played for almost 30 years.
If Dad goes off, I'm going to crash out. What do you mean? I benched him.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Into the end zone.
I prayed for this since I was a kid. I'm going to make sure I take full advantage of it.
Baker Mayfield. He's been the most valuable player in the league through the first 5 weeks.
Carry a chip on my shoulder because I've been doubted so many times.
Danny, baby.
I'm always worried that he's going to get hurt.
For the touchdown.
Again, you have to let Baker be Baker.
I'm on record pace today.
Let's go do it again. Every time we pull up.
There we go. Talk to me nice. I control what I control. I mean, you just got to go with it. Can't give up. The success going to come.
We expect to win. We don't need to celebrate.
You're not always in charge of how things go, just like that.
Major quarterback trade in the middle of the season.
It's a very cutthroat business.
Bro. Okay, come on. Excuse me.
From there, it was like, okay, how fast can I rehab?
Deep, and you know we roll a clean when we...
Quarterback's the tone setter. If your quarterback's soft, your team going to be soft.
Warren. Oh, nice try. Good. Hey, come on, boy. You got to keep up with this.
Doesn't matter if I'm 100% or 50.
Good. I love it. I love it.
You can still get it anywhere.
Touchdown.
You just have to be willing to accept challenges and see where they take you.
What time to be alive? Let's go. Let's go get paid. Let's go.
Your dad got benched. All the pressure's on you, bro.
That's elite. That's elite. T-minus, what is it, 19 days until that comes out. I think this, maybe a take, it might not be. I'm more excited about this one than Burrow on quarterback. I think the peel back the curtain on Flacco, seeing how he navigated that trade, seeing how the Bengals navigated that trade, and you will be able to see that. Plus, the Baker-Cam combo is just really, really interesting. Oh, and by the way, Jaden Daniels, who's the best of the four, he happens to be in it too. And it's going to follow a rough year for him with Washington, but it's just, I'm excited for this docuseries to highlight these guys. And I'm surprised they didn't use Kirk Cousins for a third season. I'm just kidding.
I loved Kirk Cousins in quarterback. That was
too.
my biggest takeaway from that season was that I thought Kirk Cousins was the big winner.
Joe Flacco may have a big winner like.
It's exactly my thought process here. I think he can be that role. I think these shows, as great as it was to see Joe Burrow in it and learn a little bit more about his life outside of football and watch the 2024 season unfold through his eyes, it was great to see it. And I'll always welcome some extra Joe Burrow content in the offseason. But I don't think the show is built for superstars like that. I think the way that you can really win in shows like this is the way Kirk Cousins did. I think his fan base grew immensely because of the way he handled the hardships in a really challenging season for himself. And talking about his family and everything along those lines, I think people could relate to him off the football field, which, helped him grow his fan base. And I think Joe Flacco is going to have a lot of the same things in this season. You're going to see him get traded from Cleveland to the Bengals and then start a game just a few days later. You're going to see him lose games where he plays good enough to win and seemingly lead the Bengals to a playoff spot, and then the defense lets it fall through their fingers like the Jets and the Bears game. I think this is going to be awesome to watch Joe Flacco go through the season as a Bengal, start play well, get benched for Burrow when he returns. I couldn't be more excited for this. I think it's the most exciting quarterback cast as a whole going into a season that we've had yet in terms of this series. And I think if you told me to do the top 3 storylines in the NFL last year, I'd want to see. I think all 3 are in here. Jaden Daniels, after his rookie year, really struggling last year. Would love to see how he handles that early in his career. I think Joe Flacco's trade, obviously, one of the biggest talking points at the quarterback position all season long. But then I think the other one that's great in here is Baker Mayfield. I think his personality is awesome to watch, but they mentioned it there in the trailer. He was the MVP of the league through the first 5 weeks of the season. He was the betting favorite across the board on that front, and the offense was booming in Tampa. And then it really fell apart as the injuries started to take control of the offense and Baker himself. So those 3 obviously are going to be great storylines to follow. And then Cam Ward, his rookie season, how that all worked out, I think is going to be awesome. So I'm really, really excited for this season. And I do think Flacco's probably my early favorite to be the big winner out of this group.
Interesting. Yeah, I think so. I think Baker could be.
His personality is just so easy to root for.
Because if you peel back and he can have the Kirk Cousins like human side, then people are going to root for Baker.
For sure.
Right? I think Cam and Jaden, they're both young enough to where I don't think that they'll be able to take that. But if you have the family element, that's going to be the key for Joe, who could eat in a restaurant by himself on quarterback, we'd be interested. The Flacco fun is it's a very real thing. Probably the most underrated move of the offseason is bringing back Joe Flacco.
No question. No question.
It gets glossed over like crazy. So that's probably that. But yeah, for me, I look at it and I'm like, more insight on Flacco. Maybe we get some on like Jamar, get a little Burrow when it comes to him returning. Flacco's reaction to that, all of those things. Like, that's where I get really interested, is navigating that. Because the Bengals basically, when Burrow came back, had to win out to have a chance. And even if they would have done that by then, it wouldn't have worked. They wouldn't have won the division. They wouldn't have been in it. But at the time, it felt like they still could be in it, and they were hanging on by a thread. But, like, Flacco after the Jets game.
Yeah.
When it goes from they're up 42-28, they're going to win. They're going to be 4-4. They win 2 games in 10 days. He's been a Bengal for 2.5 weeks. And now suddenly they're 4-4 and he can just breathe for a second. And instead they're 3-5 and he's dealing with a shoulder injury and his shoulder looked ridiculous. There was never a doubt that he was going to play. Like, his teammates are telling me that Monday, oh no, he's playing this week. Like, there was never a doubt, because he was telling them, oh, I'll play, even though he didn't practice and had to do all those things. And I know there was some uncertainty behind the scene, but we get to see all of that. And so I'm excited. As annoying as last season was, Flacco was a huge bright spot, a huge reason why, one, I believed mid-year that they could turn it around, and two, why I believe this year. Because if Burrow misses some time, Joe Flacco is going to be calm. If he gets hurt in Baltimore, Joe Flacco is going to say, I got this. It's really hard to say it and then have the confidence and ability to do it, and I still think even at his age he does.
I think the reason nobody really talks about the Joe Flacco retention this offseason as a huge win is because the way it becomes a huge win is if something none of us want to happen happens, and it's an injured Joe Burrow. Now, it's great to have Flacco on the bench, and I think he's going to provide a lot to the locker room anyway, but the way that really provides value to this team is if Burrow misses 3-4 weeks and Flacco can get you some wins there. So I think just trying to get a Burrow injury out of everyone's mind this offseason has been a big reason why that continues to be overlooked. But having that ability is certainly huge. And I also think as much as the veteran leadership can help in other position groups, we kind of ignore it from the Joe Burrow side of things because he's so established and so great when he is on the field. I think Flacco can help Joe Burrow become an even better quarterback in this league. Just from the things that Flacco does well, the things that led Flacco to be a Super Bowl champion and an MVP, stuff that Burrow is aspiring to do this season. So I think Joe Flacco is going to be a huge help, not just to the young guys in that building, but a guy who used to be a young guy who isn't a young guy anymore. Joe Burrow still attacking another echelon of what it means to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.